There's a moment when every boy realizes no one's coming to save him. And that's when he becomes a man. And some boys never get there and stay children forever.
The bottom line is, no one's coming. No one. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you to turn the TV off. No one's coming to tell you to get out the door and exercise. Nobody's coming to tell you to apply for that job that you've always dreamt about. Nobody's coming to write the business plan for you. It's up to you.
One of the best days of my life was the day that I realized that nobody was coming to save me. And it sounds scary, but you can get to a point where you can know this and kind of be excited about it. When you can know that nobody is coming to save you and that it doesn't matter whether you have help or not, that you trust yourself in such a way here that you know you want control of your situation, it's a freedom like nothing that I could describe to you. It means you're competent. It means you trust yourself. It means you have discipline. It means that you can truly count on yourself to show up for yourself every day. And that is one of the most powerful things a man can ever have in his life.
You've got to parent yourself. You got to push yourself.
Life created this person, me. Life created me to be this person I was back in the day. And I had to realize, man, that's okay, man. It's not my fault. Now I gotta go back and fix it, though. Mm-hmm. So a lot of this isn't your fault, why you do some things you do, why you feel the way you feel. But no one's coming back to save your ass. You have to go back to where the shit started, wherever that place is for everybody, and have the courage to go back there and start fixing what broke you. Mm-hmm. And that's when I was like, hey, I'm f***ed up, I'm gonna go back and fix this.
You have to take full responsibility for everything that you do. Why be subservient? You must be the master of your own kingdom. That you can't just walk into things with your eyes half open. You got to walk into things with your eyes fully open. You got to know what you're getting into. You have to take possession of your life. There needs to be some period in your day where you remember that there's a world out there trying to tell you who you are, and there's a world in here that's trying to tell you who you are. Now, where do you want to put your eggs? Because the world outside is very noisy and very tempting, and it has all the razzmatazz, has all the tinsel and all the glitter. So the world will try and tell you who you are, and you have to tell yourself who you are. And there's this ongoing battle, and somehow there needs to be a reconciliation between the two. But in the end, you've got to have all the eggs in your basket.
It's not the critic who counts. It's not the one who points out how the strong man stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done better. The credit goes to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and comes up short again and again, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause. At best, he knows in the end the triumph of high achievement. And at the worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who knew neither victory nor defeat. The critics, the bullshitters, all they can do is talk. Listen to them. You'll see exactly and hear exactly what not to do.
You should be a monster. You know, because everyone says, well, you should be harmless, virtuous. You shouldn't do anyone any harm. You should sheath your competitive instinct. You shouldn't try to win. You know, you don't want to be too aggressive. You don't want to be too assertive. You want to take a back seat and all of that. It's like, no. Wrong. You should be a monster, an absolute monster, and then you should learn how to control it.
You really can solve a lot of male problems by getting in shape and making money. You still have problems. They're just smaller and you have more resources to handle them. The world is there for the taking for anyone who can learn from their mistakes, do what they say they were going to do, and stick with it, even if it's not sexy. What used to make a man acceptable now makes you extraordinary. The bar for winning has never been so low.
Most people are overweight, they're distracted, they're poor, they have so few skills because it has never been easier to start a business, to make money, to get in shape. It's just also never been easier to do nothing. And so in a world where it's never been easier to do nothing, doing something becomes extraordinary.
The idea of the lonely chapter resonates so much with people because it literally is like taking the red pill. If you see this version of the world where you go, I can impact my outcomes. I can learn a thing, apply a thing, and then I change as a byproduct of doing that. As soon as you take those steps, you realize almost all of the people around you who have parts of their life that they're not happy about are kind of making a choice for it to be that way. Now, it may be an uninformed or an ignorant choice because they haven't taken said pill. And then you go, oh, that means that all of the things I don't like about me and I don't like about my life are my responsibility because I can change it.
I was growing up with sports and stuff. My dad was a huge athlete, and I was always playing competitive sports since I was 3 years old. I remember, wrestling and stuff. Before the match and stuff, he'd come and talk to me and stuff. You ready? And it's like the state championship or something. Everything's riding on it and everything else. And he's like, "How you feel? I'm like, a little nervous. And he just fucking chewed me out. He's like, "You nervous for?" Because I don't know, I was nervous. I don't know, he goes, "Explain that, I don't understand that." I don't know, Dad, I'm nervous, man. What are you nervous for? I'm nervous, maybe what if I lose? There you go. He goes, "You won't lose." I go, "Okay, whatever, man, get away, I don't have time for this right now." He goes, "Shut up." And he goes, "This is the reward right now. This is where you get to show it all off." I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Hours and hours, to the late hours of the night, thousands of them been on that mat wrestling, in the weight rooms, lifting, running, training. And you get to take all those hours, put them all together, and explode them on the motherfucker on the other side of the mat tonight. This is where you get to show them all off. It ain't time to be nervous, it's time to be excited. Time to be pumped up. And you get to grab all that ability you've been training so hard, and you get to show it off. If you're nervous right now, it's because you didn't put the time in the past, to make the moment today, the present, forever. That's the only time you can be nervous right now. It's when you didn't do the work. You have an untrained ability, colliding with an opportunity, and you're nervous because you might fail, because you didn't put the work in.
Okay, fellas, life is hard. It's always been hard from the beginning, and it will always be hard. We don't need men's mental health awareness month, is that what they call it? We need men's grow a set month. We need men stop whining month. Now, I know things are hard for some of you. I know things are extremely difficult for some of you. Things have been hard for me around here. I don't get on here and post it. I'm not going to now. Listen, man, we all go through it. We all go through it. I've had folks get on here and comment, "Dwayne, you don't look good, man. You look tired, you look sad, you look this, you look that." Look, I go through life just like you do, okay? I have battles just like you do. I stand between my family and the world, just like you do. And I take the beatings so they don't have to. The difference is, how do you look at it? How do you approach it? How do you deal with it? How do you admit it and see it for what it is? You cry about it, you mope about it, you drink about it, you sleep around about it, you get mad and get in fights about it, you just hang around, just turn the world out, just zombie about it, you fry yourself with marijuana about it. You say, "Dwayne, I'm sad." Dude, that's a part of life. You think you're the only man on this planet that's sad? Say, "Dwayne, I'm going through depression." Well, welcome to the world. Welcome to the rest of us. You think I don't go through depression sometimes? You think I don't get sad sometimes? You think I don't just feel wore out and burnt plumb down to the bottom of my soul? We all do.
If you're fat, it's unacceptable. Period. Unacceptable, especially as a man. You don't get the privilege of having someone take care of you. Like I always say, men live in a fact-based reality, which means performance is on you, okay? So the easiest way to give yourself a one-up is fitness. Because let me tell you guys something. No one can give it to you, and no one can take it away from you, okay? And when you do build your body up, it creates this foundation of confidence that I can't even explain. You're gonna walk different, you're gonna move different, you're gonna talk different, you're gonna be able to convey this certain sense of confidence that can't be replicated, man. Because when you've worked on yourself, when you've went to the gym, you've put 225 on your back and you go, 10, 20 reps, ass to grass, not stopping, or you've felt that lactic acid burn of doing curls until you can no longer breathe, you're doing tricep extensions, dying, you're doing legs never. No, I'm just kidding. But in general, when you're going to the gym and you're putting yourself through that pain, you are not going to tolerate bullshit from some 21-year-old bimbo at a club, bro. You will not. The more you work on yourself, the more you increase your level of not give a fuckitude. All of us are men in here, right? What have we been taught since the day we were young? Get a job, make money, become successful, work hard, and you'll get something back on that return on investment, right? You'll get an ROI on your hard work. That applies to everything in life with men. The gym, working, putting more hours in, etc. You have to earn your abundance mindset by working on yourself and knowing that you are worthy of something.
Well, life took me somewhere unexpected. I'm unprepared. It's about 6 degrees out here, and I'm underdressed. But guess what? No one gives a f. You gotta get the motherfucker in. Sometimes life can really hijack your mind. When that happens to you, you're all f***ed up. Your goals, your ambitions, everything is out the window. In life, we all go through different things. Sometimes your girlfriend or boyfriend breaks up with you. Guess what? Get the f over it. They no longer want you. Maybe you failed a test in school. You worked your ass off. Guess what? You failed the test. Get over it. Move past it. Learn to not let life hijack your brain. At work, you've been working your ass off for that new promotion. You don't get it. Someone else does. Maybe they kiss better ass than you do. Guess what? Get over it. Life will hijack your mind if you let it. Don't allow all these things to make you a lesser person. You must own your mind. Don't let life own yours. Get after it, stay hard.
Going on a road trip when my kids were little. And they would be asking, how much longer? How much longer? Because, they're sick of being in the car and they want to know how much longer we got to keep driving for. Well, as people get a little bit older, that question has a different meaning. How much longer? How much longer? How much longer do we got? Well, the answer is, I don't know how much longer we've got, but I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna take advantage of it. It's Monday. Don't know how much longer we've got. Go get some, y'all.
Like, you cannot miss even like this. Very, very small things. Like some people think, oh, I'm today tired, tomorrow I'm gonna train. But you have to understand somewhere around the world, maybe in like different part of world, someone gonna train today to meet with you after a couple years, and he follows same goal like you. You have to know one day he gonna come and he gonna take everything what you want. That's why you have to stay focused every single moment. If you're a professional athlete, or leave this alone. Don't come like 50-50. It doesn't work on this game.
I'm not defined by my past. My past has taught me who I am. To be able to evaluate the situation present and apply what I've learned to make the best choice. And that choice is based on character. It's based on morality, integrity. Never about financial return. Never about monetary value or tangible items. It's always been about the character, the intangible items. And I'll walk. Because in Vegas, I can't pick up dice called character and roll them, hoping it goes my way. It's too much to gamble.
Don't get it twisted. It's not about flipping tires. I'm in Las Vegas right now and it's hot as shit. It's not about any of that. But what it is about is a lot of us give total control to life. We don't have any control of it. We just give all control to life. I do this shit every morning to prepare my mind for what life's gonna throw at me. A healthy body gives you a healthy mind. That's what it's about. So if you go into battle, you wanna go into battle with the right mindset, the right gear. In combat, you wear body armor. But what we do wrong is we don't strengthen our minds. You gotta strengthen your mind, take control of that. So then when you get out in the real world and they you up, you got protection.
So in basic SEAL training, they have something called a training timeout. And what this is if you're going through some kind of an evolution and it's too challenging for you or the evolution is overwhelming, then you can raise your hand and you can call it training timeout, and they'll give you a break and assess the situation and make sure everything is safe. And it's a good thing to have in a training environment. I get it. But in combat, there's no training timeout. And in life, there's no training timeout. You can't raise your hand and stop the clock. It doesn't happen. So instead, I recommend you learn how to flip that switch when you face something that is overwhelming or challenging. You flip that switch that says, go time. Have a good Monday, y'all. Go get some. Out.